So thank you so much, Michel, for being here today. We are really pleased that you're going to share your knowledge about supervision. And it's a very hot topic. Lots of people want to know more about this, and you are the specialist. So thank you so much again for being here with us today. We will be asking you a few questions. First of all, lots of our members and viewers would like to know what is coaching supervision.
First of all, thank you for receiving me in Milan.
Thank you.
And I'm quite happy to be with you next in a few days. So I'm going to try to be simple. Basically, supervision is a co-reflection with the coach in order to improve the professionalism of the coach. And so you see, we have equal knowledge of what is coaching. We have experience of what is coaching. The only difference is that I am a supervisor, he is a coach, he or she is a coach, and we try to put on the table what is the issue or the concern and co-reflect on it. This is basically what is supervision. Now, if we go into more details, supervision has three functions. The first function is development. So development is helping the coach to grow and to be a better coach, and for instance, to go from being an individual coach to a coach doing team coaching or organizational coaching, or doing executive coaching instead of manager coaching. So this is the first function. The second function is resourcing. Sometimes the coach is hurted during his coaching because of the difficulty of the situation, because a lot of reasons. So he needs to be helped, supported, to be getting more resource. And the supervisor is helping him to do that. And the third function is qualitative. And the qualitative function is to really help the coach to do coaching correctly in terms of standards and to increase his ethical integrity. Okay. So this is what is supervision.
Thank you so much. That's really, really helpful.
Okay.
Yes, definitely. Thank you.
Thank you.
The second question is the role of the supervisor closer to being a mentor or being a coach?
Well, this is a question that a lot of coaches are asking, and young supervisors also are asking this question. In fact, let's take the question in two parts. What is the difference between supervision and coaching? Is supervision coaching of a coach? And I would say absolutely not, because first of all, we share the same knowledge about coaching, which is not the case between a coach and a client. And secondly, a coaching mission is limited in time. There are objectives, indicators, there are three-way meetings at the beginning and the end. Supervision is a flow, you know, there is no end to it unless the coach and the supervisor decide to stop the relationship. So these are the two big differences. Now, mentoring and supervision, there is some relationship in the sense that mentoring is helping the development of somebody else. So I would say that the development part of supervision is close to mentoring. So this is what I can say.
Okay.
We can go into further details, of course, but I think that it's enough.
Okay, thank you so much. And why does a coach need coaching supervision? I mean, you spoke about it in terms of development, but why do you think that a coach would need supervision?
Well, within the helping professions, so coaching, supervision, and other helping professions, we have a joke. It's not a joke, it's a metaphor. It says, it's difficult to make your bed if you stay in
it. That's excellent.
Okay. So it means that the coachee needs a coach to understand how he can fulfill his objectives. And the coach needs a supervisor to understand what are their blind spots, for instance. Okay. So this is the first reason. This is the real need, is that one needs somebody else to have a clear view of who he or she is. So this is the first thing. But beyond that, there is a lot of functions that the supervisor can do to help the coach. For instance, he can help him to navigate in the VUCA environment. You know what is VUCA? It's volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. This is a new acronym that everybody is talking about, especially in organizations. So also the supervisor can help the coach or encourage the coach to go beyond the limit of his competencies and try something else, explore some new tools, explore some new theoretical frameworks. So this is also a need for the coach. The supervisor is a kind of help to go beyond.
Okay. I understand. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes. And how does an individual become a coaching supervisor?
So there are several steps. The first step is that the coach should go through a training, a supervisor's training. So now there are a lot of trainings proposed on the market. Some of them are supported by EMCC, and EMCC has created an award for supervision training, a quality award. And this award, in fact, demonstrates that the training is fulfilling some quality requirements, European and international quality requirements. So an ESQA training is something that you can trust. I would say that like that. So first thing, a training. At the end of the training, the young supervisors receive the certificate, proving that he has been through that training. Then once the supervisor and the young supervisor is on the market, he has to develop, so go through continuous professional development, CPD, and we are trying in EMCC to improve the offering for CPD. He needs to be supervised, or he can do intervision between supervisors. Anyway, he's under the law of difficult to make your bed if you stay in it, like everyone else in the professions. And finally, he can be candidate for an accreditation. In the EMCC, we have an individual accreditation for supervisors called ESIA. So this is the journey. And after years and years and studies and research, he can be a very experienced supervisor and live with that.
To become someone like you, a very experienced supervisor.
Well, I'm interested in international business, and so this is where I am at the moment, trying to internationalize my work in supervision.
Thank you so much, Michel. We really appreciate your time and your knowledge. I'm sure that there is a lot of curiosity about supervision, and we are also looking forward to seeing you here in Milan on the 11th of June, where you will hold a masterclass that will be over a day. and lots of people are looking forward to taking part to it. So thank you so much for your time.
Thanks a lot. I will do my utmost to facilitate this session and make it alive, but I have tools for that. Don't worry.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.